say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning, Novi. Before I begin, let me first thank Novi's own Jill Vaishnav, a 2020 Novi High School graduate, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Thank you, Jill. It is tradition that we gather as a community on Memorial Day to pay tribute to all who lost their lives fighting to protect the rights and freedoms we enjoy today. For as long as I can remember, our spirited Novi community has lined the streets and gathered here on the north lawn of the Civic Center as we honor those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. Although this year we cannot be together in traditional Novi fashion, we wanted to be with you, albeit virtually, to remember our fallen heroes. You see, the very spirit they were fighting for can be found right here in Novi. We come from many places, but together we have built an open, inclusive, and welcoming community. We live in peace and unity, exemplifying the ideas and values for which the men and women we honor today have given their lives. We live in a nation where liberty is celebrated and freedom forms the pinnacle of our values. How fortunate we are to have men and women who understand our nation's need to defend our freedom and with honor answer the call of duty. In the words of President Ronald Reagan, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We do not pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. With us here today is Novi's friend and retired United States Air Force Colonel Craig Stiglman. Colonel, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Mayor Gatt. Honored guests, Commander Teagan, today is a solemn day. Today is Memorial Day. Today is not a day of celebration for many, but a day of honoring and remembering. I've heard many people say that we're celebrating Memorial Day. I think Memorial Day is a day of remembrance for those that have lost their lives in service to our country in the military. As Mayor Gatt said, our freedoms are the pinnacle of our country, and those freedoms are not free. Since the inception of our country, 666,000 men and women have given the ultimate sacrifice on behalf of this great country. 53,000 in World War I, a staggering 291,000 in World War II. 33,000 in Korea, 57,000 in Vietnam, and another 10,000 since. Can you imagine the fear of being an 18-year-old graduating in June, and in November, you're on a landing craft headed for the beaches of Omaha? You're at the Chosun Reservoir in Korea. 666,000, forever changing the face of this great country. Recently in Vietnam, 57,000 did not return. Can you imagine the impact those soldiers, men and women, their kids, their grandkids would have had on this great country? Today we remember those that have changed the face of this earth and this country in their service to this country and changed the face of this world. We honor them, we remember them. I would say, as in custom, at 3 o'clock today, those of you stop and remember and honor those that have given their ultimate. If you see a flag flying today, chances are that's a veteran. Honor him as well, honor them as well. For without them, we wouldn't have the freedoms we enjoy today, for those that have given the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you. God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Colonel Stiglman, for those inspiring words. I would now like to ask Mr. Barry Teagan, a retired member of the United States Air Force, a Vietnam veteran, and commander of the VFW Post 1519 in Northville, to lay a wreath in honor of all the fallen. Thank you, Commander. Again, thank you, Jill, Colonel Stiglman, Commander Teagan, Studio 6 team, for sharing your time on this Memorial Day. And to you, the viewing audience, thank you for joining us virtually. On behalf of the Novi City Council and your entire city staff team, we look forward to the day we can be together again to honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for what we enjoy today. As we remember and reflect today, let us honor those who died for our country by committing ourselves to working on making the world a better place for generations to come. To conclude our ceremony this morning, I will ask Jill to return to the podium for one of my favorite tunes, America the Beautiful. God bless and have a healthy and safe Memorial Day.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining